Hello and welcome to Scrapping on the Fly. My name is Kristen and I am here with Mix It Up Monday for August. And today our sketch that we'll be using was created by my friend Christine with Scrapping Harden here on YouTube as well as Instagram. And so there's lots of ability of different ways that we can do some mixed media. I am going to use some paste. This is Vicky Booten watermelon sour paste. And then I'm going to bring in some splatters. I don't end up using that Delusions, but I do use both of those Distress Oxides. And then I'm going to bring in some more pink with some stickles and some pops of color. So obviously you can tell I am going with a pink theme. It is not rainbow magic. It is just me looking for all the pink kinds of things in my collection. I don't end up using those either. They didn't really find a home. But I do use these fabulous alphas that are thickers and I love them. And then I've got tons and tons of scraps from this collection, or not from this, there's no collection here, buds. From my scrap drawer. And I've got a white solid background that I'm going to work with. And all of this pink is so that I can document me and some of my girlfriends going to see the Barbie movie. And I felt like this was the perfect time to get some pink things used. So I have my papers, my embellishments, lots of mixed media to choose from, this fun picture, and this awesome sketch. So let's see how this goes. So I just pilfer through the scraps, and I don't end up using that kind of florally deflor kind of pinky one. I do cut it, but I don't end up using it. But I use pretty much all the other ones. I don't use that one. It's too light and almost looks purple against the pink papers. So I don't end up using that. It'll either go in the trash or, I know I can't believe I said that, or it will go back in my pink scrap bin. So right now I'm just kind of looking to see if what I've got in these stripes or strips is big enough or wide enough. And I've got one for the bottom and one or a set for the bottom and a set for the top. I'm going to cut those. This paper that one I just cut is a textured paper. And like I said, all of this is scraps. I did cut my white cardstock down to 11 and a half by 11 and a half. And I meant to mat it on a light pink paper. And I've got the paper and I am going to mat it, but I did not do it before I finished this, partially because I forgot. Mostly because I forgot. And also because the paste is going to still be wet when I'm done. And so I decided I would wait. Like when I thought about doing it and then coming back and bringing it in and showing you all, I decided not to do that because the paste is still wet and I don't want it to get ruined. So I will add it later and you'll see the finished product on Instagram or Facebook if I remember to post it. So I am finagling with the papers, and right now this is my trick for trying to line things up. I just put them right next to each other, and then I'm going to just take them down the page. I do get out a ruler and make sure that it's at least somewhat where it belongs, to where it looks pretty even. So the two colors that I use of Distress Oxide is Spun Sugar and Picked Raspberry. I did picked raspberry first and then added some spun sugar, and then I took a paper towel and just blotted them. I just wanted a little extra something if there was a place that's going to be missing some splatter, and you don't see a whole lot of that when all is said and done, but you do see a little. So now I've got my stencil. This stencil came from Temu, and I like using the Temu stencils when I'm working with paste just in case it doesn't come out. And this is the perfect kind of stencil to use with paste because it's a sturdy, it's not one of those ones that's got so much cut out of it that it's flimsy and hard to work with. And so look how that turned out. Y'all, it makes me happy. So then when I turn it to do the bottom, I realize that I'm a big doofus and I should have put the tags down, because the quicker you can get to getting paste off of a stencil, the easier it is to come off. Now, one thing I did learn is, this is the first time I've used paste, maybe the second time. The sink that I have in my new apartment is much nicer to clean stencils because it's got a stronger water flow, and this stencil was cleaned off like in less than a minute. It was fabulous. So I love the way this turns out. I am going to take the stencil off and reveal the little dragonflies in the bottom. And then I'm going to leave all of that there and go rush down the hallway and clean off my palette knife as well as my stencil. But like I said, I let those sit and dry. So while I'm letting those dry a little bit, I'm going to go ahead and build my 4x6 picture of me and two of my girlfriends and at the Barbie movie. There are 6 of us in the Babs group, and one of my friends in this picture sent out a message and said, anybody want to go? And my one friend, who I've talked about plenty, doesn't do pink, and so I think she was scared to death to go to a Barbie movie. And the other girls had things going on, so they couldn't go, but the 3 of us had a fabulous time. We enjoyed the movie, and getting this layout together, I'm using things that I am super excited to use, like these 2 little partial, one's a partial frame and one's a full frame, and the partial is just that dark pink, and I thought it'd be something a little extra. And then that other one says what little girls are made of, and I thought that was pretty darn fitting for a Barbie movie layout. I used to have Barbie stickers. I think I must have used them all when I was doing like I think I used to have movie tickets or something for when my daughter was like watching all the Barbie movies and stuff. I don't know, but I've used them somehow, and I can't find them anywhere. I'll find them now that I'm done documenting this day, but that's fine. So I have added a couple of tags. Those are from either Echo Park or Simple Stories that I got maybe at Tuesday morning or something. That little label at the top where I'm going to put the date, and then I'm going to put those little sunglasses. Those 2 things came from the same little, I think it was a Simple Stories collection. And this little flower and that little heart I just put down there, those also came from that collection. And then I have that little today that came from a Mambi chipboard. Sorry, my washer's going and it's making all sorts of lovely noise. And then what else do I add on here? I've got some word phrases or little words that came from a P13. And then, let's see, it's a P13 called Free Spirit. And I forgot I had it, and it was buried in my stuff. And so when I moved, I found it. And so there were some little pink words. One says yes, and one says the best. And then I brought in the little shiny hearts. They're little puffy hearts. And then I have these stickers that I adore, and this is a perfect opportunity to use. I did originally try and curve it over that sunglass tag, but it looked ridiculous, so I pulled them off and put them back on there straight across. And then I pull out my pop of color, and this is Flamingo, and some stickles in Neon Flamingo. Well, isn't that funny? And I get those on there, and I've added a couple of other random stickers, like that little 3D thing says hot. And I love the way this turned out. I don't do a whole lot of like pink on pink, lots of pink, but this was the perfect opportunity to use up some of those kinds of things and document this fun day that I got to spend with my 2 girlfriends that I absolutely adore, and I am thrilled how the layout turned out. So I hope you will go check out all the other people who are hopping along with Mix It Up Monday. Anna with Peacecraft Love started this with the lovely Kimberly with I'd Rather Be Scrapbooking. So I hope you'll go check all of those ladies out. And I hope you come back and see me again really soon. Give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video. Subscribe if you have not already. Hope you get a chance today to do something you love with someone you love. And happy scrapping!